Hello, everyone. The book we're going to be talking about today has serial killers, a real monster, and mainly it's got a lot of heart. And it's going to be great, I promise you, and I'm going to talk about all that in just a minute. But first, I want to remind you that my book of short horror stories, called The Things That Happen at Night, is available at the link below for just $3. If you pick it up, I hope you enjoy it. Now let's get on with the video. All right. The book we're going to be talking about today is called Jackal by Erin E. Adams. This book is coming out on October 4th, just in time for all the horror lovers out there. We love the Halloween, the spooky season, as it were. And this one is going to start off that month right, I think. Even though it doesn't come out until October 4th, there is a link in the description so you can go ahead and pre-order it. And you definitely want to do that because this is a debut novel from a very, very talented author with a completely different perspective, which is one of the things I love. One reason I love horror, excuse me, is because it's very diverse. I love reading about stories from different perspectives, different cultures, different races, and how they and the characters these authors create see the world in ways that I could never experience it, right? But I can through these books. And this concerns a woman who goes back to her small, mainly white hometown and for her friend's wedding. A good occasion, right? Something to celebrate. But she has a kind of a bad history with that town, and in the woods in particular. Something happened to her when she was young in those woods. She experienced and saw something, and you're going to find out what that is. I'm not going to give too much away. Like I said, this is a pre-order. But she's going back for her friend's wedding, and while she's happy to be there for her friend, this town does not hold a lot of good memories for her, which is why she moved to the big city, New York City. But during this friend's wedding, her friend and her friend's soon-to-be husband, now they have a little girl, and this little girl goes missing in the woods, which of course brings back all kinds of memories for our main protagonist here, because that's where something horrific happened to her when she was young. And what she finds out, because the police don't really seem to be doing much or doing everything they should, and the biggest reason for that, according to our protagonists and some other people, is because it's a black child. And this town is at best subtly racist, I guess you could say, old school racist, and at worst, especially under times of stress with a missing child and her whole circle of friends around her, they can become outright in your face, blatantly racist. So she has to deal with all this while also feeling guilty because she was supposed to have been watching her friend's child after the wedding at the reception. But she uncovers some things the police don't, and come to find out that every year on a certain day, a black child has gone missing from those woods. And nobody's put it together in the police department because they're just going through the motions. But she puts it all together. And so now we have a little mystery, right, of who is taking these kids. They're all black kids. And why? What's the reason? Some of them are found brutalized and torn apart. Sometimes they are never found. But there is something going on. And while this would make a great book just for like a mystery kind of deal, this book takes it a step further because we will find out that, yes, there are people involved in the snatchings of these victims. But it's something else, too. It's something way beyond that, something truly frightening that when you read about it, your jaw is going to drop because of the way this author puts these two things together, the human evil element and then a real-life monster, and you get to see how those two things are involved and how they came together. And man, this book is really, this book is the definition of, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Because I loved living in this world. I loved living through this protagonist's mind and in her head. Because like I said, I'm a middle-aged straight white man. I could never write characters like that. I wouldn't even try. In today's society, I would probably flub something up and incur the wrath of the internet, But this author does it so well, and its book's got a lot of heart because our protagonist is a strong woman, but her weaknesses show through once she gets into town. And her mother, the character of her mother, is fantastic. Her mother is of Haitian descent. She's a doctor. Very stoic, very strong on the outside, to the point of almost appearing not to care about her daughter, even though she does very much. But we're going to find out some things about her mother and some terrible, horrible things that have happened to her that she's just kind of facing. Like to her mother, it's just like, this is the way it is. This is the way it's always been for our people in this town. But when you find out some of the things that she has experienced while her daughter was away, that's going to bring home the point about the book is that, sometimes when bad things happen to a minority and people of colors in these small towns, it seems to get swept under the rug. It's just something these people have to accept, that they may be a part of the town, but they never feel like they're a part of the community 100%. Because of some of these feelings and some of these other things. And that's what I love about this book. It's filled with heart. It's filled with these emotions. It's filled with these contradictions in the characters. They're good people. They're trying to live their best life. They're not trying to make trouble, but on the other hand, they're being treated as second-class citizens sometimes just based on the color of their skin. And that's very appropriate for today's society in America, in some places. Like I said, I think we need more of this kind of diversity in horror. And by the way, let me just say this, okay? In case you think this was some kind of political statement, this is just a damn good book. All right, it's scary. It's got a lot of action. It's got a lot of blood. Some scenes that are going to make you cringe, and you're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that!" And as the story ramps up, and this little mystery is being unsolved, or this little mystery is being solved, thanks to the work of just a handful of people, and our main protagonist uncovers this conspiracy, this web of deceit and cover-ups, and there's no loss. There's no shortage of suspects on who might have been doing these things for the last 20, 30 years. And it's a great story that'll get you thinking. We have little secrets throughout the book that will finally get revealed, that will explain a lot of things, and they're very delicious secrets. I love delicious secrets. This book is coming out on October 4th, and I can't recommend it enough. It is a fantastic debut novel. It's scary, it's frightening, it's got mystery, it's got monsters, it's got serial killers, and of course, as I said, a lot of heart. And really, what more do you want in a book? I highly recommend it. Jackal. There's a pre-order link in the description if you want to pre-order it on Amazon, and you should. And also down below, there's a link to my book if you want to purchase that. And my Twitter and Instagram is down there as well. Be sure to join me on my social media, and we'll talk about creepy stuff together. Thank you, as always, for taking some of your time spending it here with me. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Thank you. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.